Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of hell. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UBNradio.com.
Hello. I'm so giddy. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's Time to Talk.
Yes.
How's everybody doing out there? I am so excited and so giddy.
Oh, my gosh. You and me both.
Deidre, for real.
What's up, April? We have our own show.
We do.
Oh, my gosh.
We do.
God is good,
God
right?
is so good.
Girl, yes.
I'm feeling really good today. How
Me
you doing?
too. I'm great. Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely.
So, ready to get it going.
Yeah, so we thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
And we just want to let you know that, our show, it's going to be a little bit of everything.
Variety.
We say it's time to talk because it's always time to talk about something.
Right.
And, within that, we'll be talking about a little bit of everything. I mean, we're women.
Right.
So
we have issues
we're gonna
that
be
need to be addressed, right?
all over the place, probably.
Yes. There's so many issues nowadays. We have so many, just with politics, just with, Black Lives Matter, just with so many different issues, just women, men, just the community issues as well. But our show is going to be very uplifting and positive.
Yeah.
So we want to focus on being on a conscious level.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because with this time to talk nowadays, everybody's talking, everybody's doing the turn up and the this and that and the ratchetness and all that. But there's time where you have to be consciously aware, consciously looking at your surroundings. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go?
Right.
There's dreams involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And, and I think when we were talking about the show and talking about our vision for the show and the things that we wanted, one of the things that came to me was that, there's politics and there's always, you can turn on the TV right now and see someone arguing, someone fighting, and someone doing this and someone doing that. And, or bringing your attention to the immigration issue or bringing your attention to the elections. Everyone's, we don't want this one. We want this one. We don't want that one, kind of going back and forth with everything. But I think the thing about our show is that what we want to sort of address is that even though all that, so say that that's floating over our heads, we know that that's there, but we're living real lives down here.
That's right.
And we have real things going on in our lives. We want a dream.
Right.
We want our thing. We want our lives to be better.
Yes.
While all that's going on, you guys are doing that, but what about the people? What are we doing in our own individual lives to be better people, to help other people, to grow?
Yes.
Like how's your relationship? How's your relationship with yourself? How's your relationship with God? Do you have a relationship with God? Do you even care? How are your relationships with, just people that you meet on the street? How are you carrying yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Right. Things like that.
And it starts with that because April's like how do you treat other people? Yeah. And that starts with how you feel about yourself. Yeah. It's about that self-respect. It's about, when you're out, talking to people, when you're dealing with people, are you kind? Are you respectful? Are you, are you just having a day? You need to vent. You're mad at the world. It just depends. So, it's, like I said, it just goes back to being conscious.
It really is because this afternoon, I'm going to tell myself right now.
Okay.
This afternoon, I went into the store and there was these two young guys outside and they were trying to sell their mixed tape. Okay. Now I know I had to get to the show, but I had to make this stop first. Right. And I thought to myself, I got to run in here. And I picked you up. We rode together. Right. And I said, I got to run in here. I got about 10 minutes, and that's all I was thinking about, what I had to do. And the guy goes, he was very soft-spoken. Excuse me, miss. And I said, what? I did that. I snapped at him. Okay. And I was like, see, you about to go to this show and try to be positive and uplift, and look how you acted. Right. And I slowed my roll and I said, what's up? And he told me about his mixtape. I wasn't interested, but I had to just bring it back.
Well, we're human. We're human, so we deal with all type of different emotions. Right. So there are times, you're gonna be like, I'm busy. I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm not feeling you right now, but God bless you, or whatever the case may be. So have those moments, but. Like you said, just to bring it back.
I just had to think about it. I mean, I'm not trying to be perfect. That's impossible. Yeah. But in that moment, I was just like, oh, you kind of snapped at him. So you kind of maybe bring that a little back. Because he's a young guy, and, and he was a brother. And, in our society, how they're treated. And I was just like, now, let me not be the one black woman that turns to him and makes him feel bad,
right?
Just for being out here. So it was one of those situations. But we still have a lot of good stuff to look forward to today.
Yes.
We have a wonderful guest. Her name is Carlacia Grant, and she is a young, beautiful actress, and she has been in a lot of projects.
She sure has.
She is a busy young lady. She was just in Roots. She played Irene in Roots, and she's in the series Game of Silence.
Game of Silence.
And she's also in Oprah's new series, Greenleaf.
Yes.
It's coming up on OWN TV. So we'll be talking to her momentarily. She's going to be calling us. And then later on in the show, we have Shawn Reed, and she has a wonderful organization. I mean, on our show, we didn't say it yet, but we did mention giving back. But we're also going to be talking about, we like to call it using your power for good.
Yes.
We all have power. The question is, how are you going to use it? You're going to hurt, you're going to help, you're going to give back. What are you going to do? So we kind of just say, you know what, if you're going to use your power, if you're going to be conscious of using your power, use it for good. Yeah. So Shawn Reed has a great organization that she gives back, and we'll let her talk more about it when she comes on the show. But it's called Party Angels. And if that just gives you an idea of what to expect, it's going to be good, right?
Yes, love that name.
So I'm definitely looking forward to talking to her.
Speaking of angels, Muhammad Ali.
Oh, my gosh.
Our condolences go out to his family, of course.
Yeah.
But what a human being. Right?
I know.
What a human being. And I didn't
He
get
was
to
late
catch,
to rest yesterday,
yes,
was it? Yeah.
Yes. And I didn't get to catch all of the service or anything, but just the outpouring of so much love, just in the Muslim community, and then just, for his...
all over the world.
Yeah, just for his talent of boxing and what I love about him, he lived out loud. He lived his truth. He spoke into existence what he thought of himself. He's the greatest. He pursued his dreams. He always talked about how good and uplifting he uplifted himself. So therefore, when you speak those type of things out, it's not, people around you can't help but give you that same in return. You're the greatest. And look how that outpouring of his life has now shown. Everyone just poured in with so much love.
Because he always said, I am the greatest of all time.
Yes.
And the funny thing that I noticed when people were posting on social media, so many people said, rest in peace, Muhammad Ali, GOAT, greatest of all time.
Right.
So not only did he believe it and he felt it, we saw it and we felt it and we believed it. So it's
because he believed it in himself. It starts with you. It starts with the thought, right? So it starts with how do you believe? What are you thinking? And that manifests itself. So he was just a wonderful, wonderful person.
I did get a chance to see part of the funeral procession, and there were, the family of cars riding down the street, and it was just, it was kind of somber, but there was thousands and thousands of people lining on both sides of the street, and they were chanting, Ali, Ali, Ali. And I just said, that is so incredible, because I remember being a little girl, being at home, and Dad and our brother were so into all of Ali's fights.
Yeah.
So they would be in the living room and we'd be, just sitting there cheering them on too, right? And my mom, just a family affair. But before when he put that robe on and he was making his way
to the
ring, Ali.
Yes.
Ali. So I just thought, it's just, it touched my heart, because it's like full circle.
Right.
And in the end, they're still chanting, you're still the champ.
Right.
You're still the greatest.
Straight to the heavens, right?
Ali, Ali. Ushering him in.
Yeah, I remember those fights. And, our dad was a boxer in his younger days.
Right.
So it was like a must. When those fights came around, we all had to sit in front of the set. And I remember Dad, when Ali would come on, and he started fighting or whatever, Dad would motion the moves with him and stuff. He'd just be all into it.
You could not get 2 inches in front of that man. You get knocked out.
Right. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful life that he's experienced. And I know his family, he had 9 children and, 9
children?
kids, and they all loved him dearly and everything. So he was
I heard
really
that his
special.
son looks just like him. I haven't seen it, but I heard someone told me that he looks like this big image of him.
So
what a life.
Yes, what a legend. Right?
Using your power for good. Big example.
Yes.
So, we wanted to just kind of give you a taste of what to expect from our show. It's just going to be a little bit of everything, like we said.
Spirituality. I mean, it really is just
mix it all up.
It is. It's just like it's time to talk. It's just really basically it's open to people that want to change their lives. And how do you do that?
Because we do.
Yeah.
And we're working on it. So we're going to do this together. We're not at all saying we're experts. We got it all together.
No.
Let's do this together. That's all we.
But there are journeys.
grow.
There's journeys we personally have taken.
Yes.
There's so many things that have changed in my personal life, that has led me to fulfilling my dreams. I'm on a path, right now where I'm fulfilling so many dreams, and it's just been amazing.
It's incredible.
But it's like how there's so many people that want that or are doing it. There's people that are ahead of us, whatever.
Right.
So we want to share as we go on this journey. We want to share that where people that want to open up. How do I get there for the person who's like they feel stuck or they feel like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm not getting anywhere. Or how do I take it to the next level?
Right.
Well, we'll be sharing, having resources, experts, and things like that to help. Facilitate that and move it forward.
It's going to be a fun journey. I can feel it's going to be an adventure. So coming up now, though, we're going to, we talked about Carlacia Grant's coming on our show. She's going to be calling in momentarily. We're going to take a look at her work in Roots. And that's coming up right now. So stay tuned.
Says we need to use our own ways.
I need to see you, Dr. Daddy. Feel strong every day.
And this is Irene, or Tom's first baby.
That Cherokee hair. You don't seem so high-strung like she said.
And you don't seem so foolish. And no account. Like my Tom says.
Where's Tom? Why ain't he standing by you with that big belly?
Master Murray says Tom is the best blacksmith in Carolina. Rents him out all over the state. Helps Master Murray build his guns. Gets paid, too. Saving to buy us free.
Well, Slade never campaigned up. Never. Where are my other children?
George Jr., Lewis, and Mary got sold off. A few weeks after we came, Master Murray said he's sorry, but he couldn't keep all of us.
We try to keep in touch with them, Daddy, but ain't none of them in Carolina no more.
It's my fault. All of it. Now you listen now. I put my trust in false things. Thought I put on a show for the masses to act kindly. Thought they money and hoorahs mean respect. I was a damn fool. I'm gonna keep this family together. Just like my mama Kizzy wanted.
Wow, that's some good work.
Yes.
How did you like the series?
You know
We're
what?
waiting on her to call in, so while we wait for her, we'll just...
Yes.
about
I
the
liked
series.
it. I thought it was very interesting because it's a younger generation, and it was interesting because I was listening to the backstory on it. Okay. Oh, Carlacia, she's calling in.
All right.
Awesome.
Hello.
Carlacia, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Welcome to It's Time to Talk, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
We're great.
We are great, and we just thank you so much for being on the show. We just saw a clip from Roots, and
Yes.
I want to ask you right away. I mean, there's so much hoopla about this. First of all, how did you get to be able to do this role? What did you do? How did you audition, or how did that come about?
Yeah, I auditioned a couple times to be a part of this project. First time I went in was for another role. They didn't think I was right for it. Went in again for another role. Still didn't think I was right for it. And then about a month later, they called me in to audition for this role for Irene. And then a few weeks later, I heard back from them, and then I got it. So
Oh, awesome.
it was a kind of a long process, but it was worth it.
Now, was that the specific role you were auditioning for, or were you trying for other roles within the cast?
No, it was all different roles I kept trying for, but this one just seemed right because my character is half Cherokee, half Black. So when I kind of read the breakdown for that, I was like, well, this one kind of has to be me because it kind of reflects who I am as a person.
Well, there you go. It was meant for you.
Is that your background as well?
Yes, my background is West Indian.
Okay.
Oh.
No, awesome.
Wonderful. So I want to also ask you, how did you prepare for the role? Did you see the original Roots?
Yes, I watched the original a bunch of times, maybe about 4 or 5 times.
What?
I read the
That was
book.
long.
I know.
It was long, but I couldn't miss anything. This
Yeah.
opportunity was so huge, and they left such a huge thing to try to redo. I was like, I'm not going to miss anything. So I continued to watch it, study it, get the story down. I read the books. I researched slave narratives. I went to the library. I tried to do as much research that was out there available to me, and also just a lot of daydreaming and sitting by myself and thinking, if I was her, and then becoming her, what would I do in these situations?
And that was my thing I thought about too, with you, being in the 21st century now and, being such a young person. And then and then having to get into, it's one thing to get into the role as an actor, but taking on the persona, taking on that time frame, how did that experience for you, living today, we have the Facebook, we can walk into any restaurant, we can take any bus transportation, but going back to that time, how does that, how did that affect you basically in terms of thinking about today and then?
It was very, very hard, and it made me to this day very grateful for a lot of things, because back in that day, to be African American was, to be at the bottom of the barrel and then be a woman.
Right.
On top of that made the problems even worse. So it was just difficult, because you really have no say, so you have no rights whatsoever. Like as you guys seen in the movie, my character suffered rape, and there wasn't anything that anyone could do about it. It wasn't like I could go to the police or I could tell my master, hey, this happened to me. I had no rights. I just had to move on, like it was an everyday thing.
Wow.
And that's interesting. That brings something to mind to me. There's so many people are, a lot of people have praise for the remake of Roots, but then there was also those people who kind of thought, why are we still telling this story? We're still talking about 12 years of slavery. We're still talking about underground. Why are we doing this? Can't we just move on? And I know a lot of people have different opinions about that. Now, obviously, you were a part of this project, so it's safe to say you probably didn't feel that way.
Of course, when I first heard about it, I was like, everyone has their reservations, because it's like, you want it to be done correctly. You don't want it to be rushed.
Right.
You want the right actors to be casted in it. You want it to be done in a way where you can be proud of it. But seeing it and watching it and getting everyone's response, it's all positive. Anyone who has actually seen it, I haven't had any negative feedback from anyone who has actually seen it. I think some of the negative comments are people who just haven't watched it and just have a reservation from just trying to remake something. But why not share the story to a new generation? That's the question I asked to them. I mean, it was made 39 years ago. People in that generation had the privilege of knowing this about our history and our roots. Why not share it with this generation? And the interesting thing about Roots, as opposed to all the other quote unquote slave movies, is it shows that, African Americans came from kings and queens. We didn't just wake up one day and were born in chains.
Exactly.
They came from something.
That's what I
think
love.
that's important.
Yes,
Yes.
You're absolutely right. That's what I love about this version, because they went back to Africa, showing, like you said, the royalties, showing the costumes are so beautiful.
Yeah.
The colors are vibrant, and it shows, where we came from and how we lived. And like you said, kings and queens and royalty, and living off the land, living off what God has given us, And so I was, just astonished. I was so happy, because I heard the story from the Sun's director, I guess, who's doing it now, for he was saying, he tried to sit his children down to watch the original, and how all this, the newness of it came about was the kids were like, oh, that's too old and I can't relate, And before that, for 30 years, he was being asked over and over to remake Roots, and he kept saying no. And so, but when his children were like, it's too old, I can't take it, then he said, let me go ahead and redo it. And I'm so glad that he did, because it's now open to a new generation. And so I, with you, Carlacia, I just think that, I love it, because you're now in it, you're telling the story, and now, you have a part in history now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's exciting. It's so big to think about. Like now walking around in the street, people recognize me and they're like, "Oh my God, you're from Roots. You're from Roots." And to be a part of something of that magnitude, this early on in my career, it's really a blessing.
Right.
And then I was reading that there has been over 50 million viewers.
Wow.
Yes.
50
yes, the numbers
million?
are incredible.
Yes.
So I mean, it's because it is American history. It is something that we truly should never forget. No. That's not that we should go back to that time and you know, and feel bad about it or feel ashamed. You know, it wasn't any fault of our own. Right. It's just something that we can learn from, can grow from, but still, like you said, the new generation can appreciate, you know what, this is where we are now. And maybe some of the things that you're doing in your life, you know, maybe think about what our ancestors went through. You know, think about all the pain and all the hurt and the death, you know, that we gone through. Let's not repeat these cycles. You know, I think it's such an important story. I'm so glad that you're part of it and that it is even exists.
Absolutely. And those are the things that I took away from it. It was like, you know, it really, I don't understand what's the shame about it. These are people who survived.
Yes.
We are products of their survival.
That's right.
In my mind, I played a superhero. Irene was absolutely a superhero.
Right. Girl,
she
talk about it, girl.
I don't think that I would have been able to survive. I mean, there were some scenes that didn't make the final cut, but hopefully it'll make the DVD. But I mean, the strength that not only women, but these people had in this time, I don't think that our generation would be able to survive that. Right. So what's the shame in that? These are people who literally took whippings night and day, were raped, murdered, had their kids stolen away from them. And look at us now. I mean, when I look at it, it's something to be proud of. Just playing that character created more value in my life and made me think, well, these people died for me to be able to follow my dreams. How dare I not follow my dreams? Because there's blood on my life.
Right.
And you know what? I think that is what happened with the new version, with the remake, is that it is a different skew because I was a little girl and I saw the original version, Little Chicken George and all that, and we were traumatized. We were traumatized because we were going to school, and that was at a time where, you know, we felt. It was looked upon like it's your fault and you guys are the lowest of the, you know, on the economic status. You guys aren't really important. And, oh, look at your people. You guys are slaves or you guys are the N-word or whatever. And so, but now it's like we've changed, we've grown, we've evolved to like, yes, absolutely what you said. No shame. It is heroism. It's heroes. It's a great story that needs in a sense, it's horrific, of course. But what the takeaway is that, oh my gosh, look at what we came from. Look at our strength even today. Look at our people and what we're overcoming even today. We are a strong people. Yes. And I love that. I love that also that it was an all-star cast. I mean, these are people that are at the top of their game and what they do. I mean, Anika Noni Rose. Playing
amazing.
Kizzy, right? Mario Van Peebles was one of the directors. Even Jonathan Rhys Meyers. I mean, I loved him in August Rush, but I could not believe he was playing this slave master. I mean, the man has an Irish accent, and he was so believable. I mean, how was it with all? I mean, even Anna Paquin, Oscar winner. How was it being on the set with all these people?
It's one of those moments where you really got to sit back in your chair and just pinch yourself, because not only are you a part of, you know, Roots, which is on its own something that's monumental. You know, you're also on a show with the caliber of actors that I was with, and it was such a blessing. It really was one of those times where you just sit there and you're like, wow. I really can't believe this is actually happening right now.
Well, you know, that absolutely speaks to you and who you are and what you're putting out, and the fact that you are following your own dreams, because not only are you a part of that project, you're also a part of Game of Silence on NBC, correct?
Yes. Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit about that role?
Yeah, Greenleaf, I play Alicia Bosch. So what's interesting is I was filming Game of Silence and Roots at the same time.
What?
Yeah. So, like, bouncing back and forth between two characters. So Alicia Bosch is a teenager, spoiled, rotten, used to getting her way. The world revolves around her. So her father's Terry Bosch. If you guys watch the show, he's the worst man on the planet. And then he has this sweet, innocent girl who's, you know, used to getting her way. So battling back and forth between the two characters was interesting because, you know, Irene she has 3 kids, she has a husband, she's trying to make it through slavery. She's not even thinking about any of that stuff. To bounce back to Alicia, who's, you know, wearing designer clothes, she wants a new car, she wants to go to birthday parties.
Oh my gosh.
So it was crazy.
That had to be crazy. To do that, and you know what? You don't want to show up to any of those roles and do the opposite character, right?
Right.
Actually, at one time, I was getting out the van when I was filming Game of Silence, and I was kind of like wobbling out, and one of my co-stars were like, "What is wrong with you?" And I totally forgot that I wasn't Irene and I wasn't pregnant. Like, I literally was like trying to get out of the van, like I had a belly.
Like you had a belly.
Wow.
Oh, how
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, that's a good problem to have. That means you're busy, girl.
Yeah, you are working.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have. I also want to talk about Greenleaf. That's the latest project we have coming up, right? And that's on OWN TV.
Yes.
That's Oprah's new series.
Yep, June 21st. I think 10 days. 10 days until Greenleaf comes out.
And you play.
It's exciting.
How'd you get involved? Go ahead, Carlacia.
How'd I get involved with what happened? My manager called me and was like, "Hey, would you want to audition for this or whatever?" And I was like, "This says Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
Of course I'm going to audition for it."
A no-brainer.
So, exactly. So I auditioned for it. I went to callback. They called me like a day later and was like, "You got the part."
Wow.
So that was just crazy. Because coming off from Roots and doing Game of Silence to jump right into a show with Oprah Winfrey, she's actually acting in it as well. It was such a blessing. So I played Danielle Turner, and basically I am. Let me see, how can I say this? I'm not an ally of the church, and I withhold a secret that could possibly bring the church down if this secret gets out.
Oh, you are the one with the secret. This is going to be good. Okay. Because in the trailer, they talk about the secret, but they didn't say who held it. Of course, they don't say what the secret is, but man, there is a build up.
Yeah. So it's good. I love the script for Greenleaf. It's exciting. Already got renewed for season 2. So
it's Oprah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it just incredible working with her and Keith David, and isn't Lynn Moody in it as well?
Lynn Whitfield? No, Lynn Moody. Actually, Lynn Moody played Irene in the original Roots.
You know what? I had Lynn in my head. Yeah, you're right. Lynn Whitfield.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so crazy to walk into table reads and you see. I remember walking into my table read and I called all my friends. I was like, I think I made it. I think I made it.
You got this.
You walk in and there's like Lynn Whitfield, there's Keith David. Like, these are people who I like grew up watching on television, sitting like right next to me, like asking me how my day is, and I'm just totally like fangirled out and complimenting me on my work. It's so surreal. It's like this whole experience is surreal.
I bet. Well,
so everything has a line for you, because basically you're on a roll, basically. So you know what you're doing. You know, your passion, your craft is definitely paying off for you. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. And you seem to take it all in stride. I took a little peek at your Facebook page, and you post a lot of quotes about dreams, following your dream and living your dream. I love that. So encouraging and inspiring for others to see.
What can you say about dreams in terms of like encouraging other people, encouraging other actors or just whoever, has a dream of theirs they want to pursue? What would you say about it, something like that?
I love that Facebook has that option, where it kind of shows you said 2 years ago or just 4 years ago, 5 years.
Right.
And the irony about all what I see like posts made years ago is I still had the same exact mindset that I have now, even back then. And that's what I tell people, like, you have to have your mindset for where you're going and where you want to be, exactly where you are right now. Your mind has to be at the finish line, even if your body's at the start of the race.
That's right.
And you just have to have that belief in yourself, that heart. You're going to be tried, you're going to be tested, and you just gotta keep going. If you have a dream, you gotta work for it. It's not easy.
Right.
And I think that's what people expect. It's not easy. It was very, very hard to get to where I am now. But it's all worth it at the end of the day. If you have something that, I remember, having it wake me up from my sleep at night because I wanted it so bad. And I know there's listeners or people who had a dream and, are trying to avoid it or, trying to pretend that it's not in the back of their mind, but go for it. It's only one life to live.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And today is I always say today is the the day that the oldest you'll ever be. And so it's like, start
The
now.
youngest.
The youngest, I'm sorry, the youngest you'll ever be. I always say that. And it's like, so start now. So it's like, that is beautiful, because it's like what you said about, even if you're just at the starting line, you can see if you can vision the finish line, then then it's there for you. If you can see it, believe it, dream it, you can have it.
Right. And then also like you said, being persistent, and staying consistent and believe, because people look at you and say, oh, wow, she's beautiful. Of course, she's a starlet and she's in all these new projects now. Oh, lucky. But they don't see the blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, so.
And it's not luck. I actually hate that people say that it's luck. It's not luck. Luck is finding a dime on the ground.
Right.
It was not like I found this. Like I prepared for it. I worked for it. Like Oprah says, this luck is when preparation meets opportunity. I prepared for the moment when my time was going to come, and eventually it did come.
Yes.
But the whole time I was preparing for it. My mind was ready. I was reading books. I was watching interviews. I was filling my mind. I was in acting classes. I was redoing my headshots. I was doing whatever it takes. But when the moment presented itself, I was ready. But it's not. This isn't luck. I mean, this is strategy. This is prayer. This is persistence. Like, this moment isn't just, I wished on a falling star and then it happened. It was a lot of work that went into it.
Right. Wow. That's wonderful, because it's passion. I hear you talk, and that's your passion. And when people tap into their passion, like you said, you're waking up out of your sleep. You're doing those things to make it happen, and that's what it takes. It's beautiful.
That's just wonderful. Do you have any other projects coming up?
I have so many scripts right now that I'm looking at right now, so I can't really say too much about what I'm going to do next.
But you are busy. We're going to see you a lot more, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's exciting, and when I'm able to say it, I'll let everybody know.
Oh, wonderful.
Excellent.
So hopefully people will stay tuned in to us, because we're going to keep tweeting. We're going to keep following you. And hope you'll stay in touch, because we'd love to, when you're in the LA area, just swing by. If you have a moment and come say hi to us, we'd absolutely love that.
Yeah. And then tell us, keep us abreast of all your projects. Yes. You can come and always talk about it.
Please do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. And real quick, we want you to let people know how to follow you. So you want to give out your social media information?
Oh, yeah. Everything is my first name, last name, at Carlacia Grant. No dashes, no underscores.
All right.
At Carlacia Grant, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I haven't gotten onto the Snapchat yet. It's just, I'm trying to manage the ones I have now.
I know. That's
so much.
Everyone's on it. So I'm like, I think we got to do it.
I know. That's what my PR is. So you got to make a Snapchat. I'm like, really?
I know.
Add on another one. Well, it's been
another
a pleasure.
One?
Yeah, you're busy trying to manage your own life. And here we go with now another new social media outlet. Great.
Exactly. But thank you guys for having me, and make sure you guys like seeing me.
You're so welcome. It's been a pleasure to speak with you.
You're welcome back anytime, and best of luck to everything. Success. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you.
Yes,
keep up the good work.
Much love, Carlacia.
Thank you, and same to you guys as well. Awesome show.
Thank you very
so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Carlacia Grant, everybody.
You know what I love about her? She is not afraid to admit that it's hard work, and she has such a good head on her shoulders.
She sure does.
She seems very grounded.
I love it.
Yeah.
And she's being blessed. You know, she's focused. Yeah. And so she's getting one project after another, because she's doing it. She's breathing it. She's living it.
Exactly.
So that's what it takes.
So we're gonna take a quick break, and I mean quick. And we're gonna come back, and we're gonna be talking to Shawn Reed about her project, which is called Party Angels. So we'll be right back.
Speak Your Week will guide you through the process of using the power of your thoughts and words to create more positivity and success in your life, day to day and week to week. Written by It's Time to Talk's own host, April Jordan. This dynamic book will remind you of the powerful person you really are and how to use that power to create the life that you want. Want better health, success, abundance, love, and more. Within the chapters, you will discover the kind of thoughts, emotions, and words you should be speaking about the things that matter to you most. Also, included in this book are affirmations to speak each day of the week. When spoken in daily succession, these affirmations gain momentum and can help you on your journey towards the life of your dreams. There's no other way around having the life that you want. It all starts with you. Get ready to speak your week. Available for download at Amazon.com.
Welcome back to It's Time to Talk, or as I like to say, ITTT. So many T's in there.
Right.
We're having such a great time.
We are.
And we are so just happy. Oh, by the way, Speak Your Week, that's the book that I wrote. So if you're so inclined to check it out, please do. But we have another guest.
Yes.
This is so exciting. Shawn Reed, I'll introduce her to the show. She has a startup that is called Party Angels, and she's here to tell us a little bit more about it. Please welcome Shawn Reed to the show. Yay.
Welcome, Shawn.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Good show. Good show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Party Angels, please tell us, what is that all about?
Okay. Well, Party Angels is actually something I decided to set up for homeless children. There's so many homeless children. They live in shelters and they don't have birthdays. And some of them have never celebrated birthdays.
Wow.
And I just think in a world where, especially when you're homeless of uncertainty, you know, just letting them know that they're appreciated and they are our future. So it just might be one little party that they had, but they'll remember that forever. That this one person, you know, thought about them that much.
Absolutely. And that's the whole key. Like, you want to know that you're loved, that you're thought about, that someone cares for you, you know? So that is, I love the name Party Angels. I think that is just beautiful.
Thank you.
So you go around to, you're going to be going around to different homeless shelters in the Southern California area?
That's correct. Right now I'm just starting up, so I'm actually have two.
Okay.
So one in Orange County, and then I have another one in Coachella Valley area.
Okay.
And these kids, they stay usually in the homes for about a year.
Okay.
And then they, then they go on. They give them life skills, so they be able to go out and their parents and get jobs and things like that, because they do live with their parents.
Okay. And that was
I
was going to question. Like, are they homeless or are they living with the parents?
They are homeless though, but they just live in the shelter.
So
it's
like homeless families?
It's a transitional living facility.
Okay.
And the children are homeless, so they only can stay in the facility for a year. And they give them the tools they need to be able to grow.
Okay.
But just to be honest with you, sometimes, and even when I talk to the director there, you can give person so much info, but are they going to really follow through?
Right.
Sometimes people, they don't always follow through. So yeah, but it is good for at least a year. You know, they have a place they can eat, they get free meals and school and just the love they need there.
Okay. And do they stay like until they're 18, and then are they removed or they?
No, they only stay for 12 months.
Oh, the 12 months. Okay.
Yeah, and then
I'm
they leave out.
Okay.
Yeah, so only for 12 months, and then after the 12 months is over.
But I meant like any age, like an age range.
Oh yeah, no,
So
it can be any age. They don't discriminate. So some people in the shelter may not even have kids. Okay. But my focus is just on the children, because they're our future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're our future. We need to let them know they have purpose.
Right.
And it's just their kids are just so precious.
Let me tell you, Shawn. You know, we're friends, by the way. Shawn and I are friends.
Yes.
And you know, you think you know somebody, but what I loved about her, she never told me about anything that she was. You know, she is an event planner, and she's done a lot of. She is an amazing event planner. So definitely, when she gives out her information, follow her. She does amazing work. But she didn't tell me about this part.
Right.
She didn't tell me about the benevolent part of her and what she wanted to do. And Shawn, when you did, she's like, no, we don't need the extras. No, I'm totally kidding. And Shawn, when you did, I was just so, I mean, it literally touched my heart, because you don't think of the kids. And when they even quote homeless stats, they don't talk about kids, and you don't think about how many kids are in these shelters. And then when you do think about them, you don't think that they're not getting celebrations and birthdays and any hoorah, you know,
they're not being recognized.
Right. So I just think that is so wonderful what you're going to do. How are you determining who to give the parties for?
Well, basically, what I've just reached out to a few organizations, and then as long as they're in the shelter, between honestly, just generally the kids about 1 to 12 usually celebrate, but I am thinking about doing something for the older kids, because when you start getting like 13, 14, you like to celebrate your birthday, but not like a birthday party.
Exactly.
Like my 13-year-old, she wouldn't want to have a big party with balloons.
Wonder Woman and all
that.
that.
He loves that.
Cupcakes.
So that's the thing. So what we're So basically, between 1 and 12, and then we just go out there. One thing I do give the children is a gift, and then also give them a Bible, a kid's Bible, so they can know, that the Lord, He's there, He loves them.
That's right.
That they're not alone.
Yeah, they're not alone, right? And so I do that, and then they just have games, activities, and they have cake. And each birthday kid gets their own cake, and it just makes them feel good. So, and it's really been received really well with a lot of the places that I have contacted.
It's just such an innovative idea.
It is.
I've never heard of anybody doing this. I've never had, and it's just such a needed thing to do.
Thank you so much. It's
Did
really
you just start this year?
I just started this year. I just wanted to think of doing something that. My heart really felt like this is the thing to do.
That's
and
beautiful.
It came to me. This is exactly what I want to do.
It's beautiful because, and that's the whole point of It's Time to Talk. This show, it's about people like you. We're celebrating, people who think outside of themselves, who want to give back, who want to help others, because we're all connected. We're all, whether you like it or not, race, color, creed, none of that stuff matters.
No.
We're our spirits, everybody, we're connected, and we're here to help each other.
That's
so
true.
What you're doing is just phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, it's just another example of, it's like stories like this. It's like using your power for good.
Yes.
It's something that, you're in that industry and, and you probably said to yourself, what else could I do? And, it's all about service. Like even Muhammad Ali had that wonderful, quote about serving. He said, service to other people is the rent that we're paying for being on this earth.
Yes.
And that's true. Yeah. That is the truth. And that's when you get so many rewards by giving back, by getting out of yourself and being unselfish. It's like that. Like, is it really that easy?
And they say you can really cure depression by doing something for someone else.
Oh, wow.
The longer if you take your attention off yourself and put on someone else for a certain period of time, you could really get yourself out of a lull or a funk or some type of mild depression. So yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. I just commend you.
Thank you.
I really do.
No, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know you were doing your other event planning stuff. Are you still doing like your candy bars?
You
and
know
stuff
what?
Like that?
I'm actually I still have it on hold actually because I really just want to focus my time honestly just doing this.
Okay.
It's like it's my passion now.
Okay.
And I just want to do that and help.
So you see it growing, going bigger to even like nonprofits, things like that.
Yeah, that's where we're going to be a nonprofit.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think it's called a socialpreneur. Like there's all these new preneurs, but they'll laugh. But I'm like, she's a socialpreneur. I looked it up. I was like, what is she? What do I call her?
I'll take it.
Socialpreneur. It's someone who is inclined to do things socially to help other people, to give back. But you have to receive a profit because you need to fund this endeavor, correct?
Yes.
So do you have information about that, or how people can be a part of it? Do you need help?
Okay. Right.
Of course, especially with a nonprofit, you always need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll just be honest with you, we are in the beginning stages. So I'm working on getting I'm going to actually start a campaign with Indiegogo, and that's going to be the first thing I'm going to roll out within the next about 2 weeks.
Okay.
But in the meantime, if you want to follow me, I am on Instagram under The Party Angel.
The Party Angel.
Angels with an S on the end.
How much do the parties cost?
To throw a party, especially like this one facility that I'm at, it's like 60 kids. It's a lot of kids.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that in the facility. Everybody
Wait,
doesn't
so is
have
it just a big bash?
Yeah, it's
with
like
everybody.
because it's for all the kids in the facility, but we're spotlighting the birthday children.
Okay.
So they're having like a big party, and their parent,
Okay.
the birthday children, their parents can come, but the other parents, the facility just has them. Because it's not their birthday.
Okay.
Right,
It's
right,
not your
right,
birthday. Get
right.
out.
Okay. It's like that my rules. But yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
big party
Right,
and
right.
everybody does it. But so it takes to throw a party for the kids, it's about $500 per party.
Per party.
Yeah,
Okay.
but to get everything and think about the number of children you're
Right.
Exactly.
getting the items and then also activities and just everything and then entertainment and a lot of things come with it.
Okay. So are you receiving donations from different
Yeah, you know
places?
what? Yeah, what I've done so far is I did do I did do a request for just like a small one, and I was very successful with that one. So very excited. I didn't even think, but it was just nothing but the Lord who set that up for me. But so now I'm just gonna do a larger one soon, and so we can keep it going and. Then to start the nonprofit, and I hope to have that running by the end of the year.
Okay. What's the feedback like? What are you getting from the kids and the parents and the facility itself?
Well, this is going to be my first one in
Okay.
June on the 18th. But I'm sorry, there's one on the 16th and there's one on the 18th, so I'm
Okay.
doing two.
Okay.
But so far, the facilities, they love it.
Okay.
And then I actually been talking to a few who they want me to come and take some classes before, because some places you can't just deal with the kids. You have to make sure you have the right background, like the live scan and things like that.
Yeah, now especially nowadays.
Yeah, and I don't blame them.
Don't know what to expect. You don't know what's coming in there. Yeah.
So a couple of classes will be starting in August and things of that nature. And then once those other ones, then I'll have more on board. And so I have a lot. So I'm really just thankful.
That is beautiful. Yeah. That's amazing. And something like that has to be birthed out of being connected, to God. That's for sure. Because that is just beautiful. Who takes the time out to think about birthday parties for homeless kids?
Right.
That has to come from somewhere, somewhere good. Right. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Give out your social media information again.
Okay. So my Instagram is The Party Angels.
Okay.
And then also my Facebook page, it'll be up and running by tomorrow.
Okay, so how about 8:00 tonight?
I don't have any plans.
How about 6? Okay, you need to get that going.
And that's gonna be just called Party Angels.
Okay,
with an S on the end. So so then and I'll keep everyone updated. But it just happened so fast, and I'm just trying to get everything. But
ooh, that's how you know it's good.
I know, right? Yeah. So then I'll just start getting all the things together that I need social media wise, and then I'll be ready to go.
And so if you want to donate, you'll have information on there to where if you need party supplies, and
because we'll take. So what I'm gonna do is I'll tell you the things that we need. Party supplies, they're fine. Basically, I do theme parties each month. So like this month, the party is superhero.
Okay.
So we have capes for the little kids and cute little things like that, and they can keep those. And so every month we do a theme. So we'll take supplies, but we kind of like a themed type, supply. But whatever we can get, we'll take.
Right.
Cupcakes, anything you can do, balloons, table covers. So appreciative. So anything.
Okay.
That is wonderful because people need hope.
Yes.
And children need hope.
I know.
And a
love.
Child and love. And a child in that situation. I could just imagine a child being unfortunately in that situation, but thinking, wow, a glimmer of hope. I was celebrated or someone was, or we had a party and someone came in and loved on us a little bit.
A little bit. And when you're a kid, you remember those highlights, right?
You know what? You remember the low lights and the highlights, never anything in between.
Okay. But you're like, I remember, that this lady, she came and she did this. So,
and it can be life changing. You could be changing someone's life and not knowing it, especially with children. They'll remember you and they'll remember, whatever comes out of that for them. So
that is so true. I remember Deidre. Speaking of kids, I remember Deidre hardly remembers any stories from our past. So
oh my gosh, I have blocked out.
She has blocked
at least 60% of my childhood.
I would be bringing up stories, and she was like, "What? I did that." She has no clue. So I can probably make up some stuff. Come to think of it,
no, I will know that much. That is not true.
But I do remember being, we had to be inside when streetlights came on. But it was a summer night, and so we were all outside in the streetlights. We're in front of our house, so it was okay for us to stand outside as kids in the neighborhood. So Deidre would be out there, and I guess she figured she had an audience. But that girl would go get the Bible and start preaching to us under the streetlight.
I did.
You know what? That was good. She's saving souls.
I did. At 12 years old, she's like preaching and and John 3:16.
Yes,
this girl.
It was everything. Whatever I learned in Bible study that week. All the will be playing all day in the neighborhood, and then lights come on. I said, everybody, come and gather around.
And we listened to her because she was like one of the oldest kids. So we all.
Everybody's, but there's older kids than me. But anyway, we all gathered around, and I'm like,
here we go.
And so I would share what I learned, and so then I started reading scripture to them and everything, and then start breaking it down and start explaining stuff, and it just all came to me. And
why were we all attentive though?
I had everybody's attention.
Okay. You missed your word. Hallelujah. Amen, girl.
But the beautiful part out of that was years later, one young guy, he came to me and
this was like recent.
Yeah, like maybe I'll say about 5 or 6 years ago. Ran into someone that was there, and he said, and he's a pastor today, and he said you were the one that basically changed my life, and I became a pastor because of what you did. That when we were kids.
Oh, that's so
cool. So that goes to show. I'm saying what you're doing,
Yes.
and anybody think you can change people's lives, for the good. So.
Oh, that's good.
In the street, okay.
Okay. It doesn't matter. You can be anywhere and bring someone. That's good. That is good.
I think that's wonderful. Deidre has many talents. Many talents,
I can tell.
by the way.
Yes. I'm trying. I'm trying to live out loud. I'm just trying to live my passion. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Deidre. I'm proud of you, Shawn. I'm proud of
you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm proud of you too, April.
Yeah, well, this is just something that we worked on, and just like you said, God inspired you, and that's how we felt. We were just inspired to do this. And I'm talking to you as a friend now. You're on a show, but
I know.
Never go into friend mode.
Okay.
It's just how God he just inspires you, and he downloads things into you, and you're like, huh? Wait, what? And then he starts sending people around you that are saying the same thing.
Right. So you're like, it has to be.
And you're like, okay, then all right, then I got to do it. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't know the next step, but you just keep moving in that forward direction, and the path opens up for you.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're where you want to be, and you look back and go, oh my God, I did not a year ago. Who knew?
Right.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. It changes everything.
Imagined.
It's about listening to that inner voice, and like you said, it's your passion, what you're doing now. So it takes, being in tune with that, because we're all on just autopilot.
We're sheep.
Yeah,
We're sheep.
So when you can stop and hear your own voice, hear your own thoughts, and then what else is coming at you, what else is talking to you, that's when I think you can really start, at least identifying, what is that voice? What is it telling me to do? Where is it taking me? Where is it guiding me? You know what I mean? And that's where you can really start. We're all about consciousness here, and it's about having a conscious mindset, so that way you can move into, your destiny, into your purpose, So
yeah, but slowing down and listening to it. That's the hard part, because we just go and go and go, and you don't even, some people don't even think about anything in their lives day to day. Like you're just thinking about the worries and the traffic, and I know we were trying to get here, and traffic was. You even said traffic was rough trying to get here, and I was just like, oh my goodness, our first show. How are we gonna be late for our first show?
Right.
That's the only thing that was going on in my mind. But then we made it on time, and then I was like, oh, now what? We're here, and
we're here. Yeah, it's just about because I think about like we're sheep, like you said earlier. And it's like you got the bad news. You got so many things that are coming at you, in your mind, in your brain. It's like, how do you quiet the noise, the white noise? You know what I mean? And so that's what we're here to do. And I love, we're celebrating people like you, Shawn.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to.
Oh no,
have
you're
me
welcome.
On your first show.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And we're definitely gonna. Oh please, dramatics. I'm kidding. We're definitely gonna have more stories like this. We're gonna have more people come on, and if you want to come on, follow us on social media. Let us know about your cause, what you want to do, what you're thinking about doing. If you know someone who is doing something like Shawn's doing, doesn't have to be exact, but just anything that's giving back to someone, loving on someone, and just helping people as a whole, we want to highlight you. Right. It's not often highlighted. All the negative, all the bad things. It's always we all know,
easy.
and that's fine. And we all know, do your thing. But this show, It's Time to Talk, wants to highlight you. We want to highlight the people who can be inspired by others. The things that we do, we hope that we can give you more hope and be inspired, because that's what I look for when I look around. I gravitate to the people who are doing positive things and who are like, so, April, come over here. Hey, have you thought about this? People who want to help me, because that's how I am. So if you know anybody, please reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. You guys can follow us at It's Time to Talk Show, and that's on Facebook and Instagram. It's Time to Talk Show, and also on Twitter at It's Time to Talk 3, the number 3. And MC Hammer is following us on Twitter.
Yes. Say what now?
Well, let me swipe. Yes.
Yes, we are so excited.
We were like,
hi,
Mr.
Hammer.
Our show? He was like, cricket. We're like, that's all right. We're going to get you. We're going to see you. But he's into the game. He's all into the Warriors game. He's at every... he's like, at courtside every Golden
game.
State Warriors game. And I don't blame him. That's his team.
Oakland.
He's up there. So, but we were just like, hey, oh my God, MC Hammer.
Yes, love it.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows who knows? We didn't know we'd be here, right?
That's
so
right. That's
you never
right.
know what tomorrow's going to bring.
But I love what you were saying, April. I'm so excited about this show because we're it's just highlighting, celebrating people. It's celebrating the good because there's so many. There's just so much. The reality TVs, all the ratchetness, all this stuff is going. But who is celebrating the good? Who's talking about the good things?
Yeah. That's
true.
And there's so many people that are like-minded in that area, but who talks about it?
Oh yeah, you said an important thing, like-minded. Because when I talk to my friends, when I talk to people, we all talk about that,
right?
But no one's on a bigger scale is talking about that. So it is. So the assumption is made that that's all we want to see. That's all we want to be involved with is that type of culture. Negativity, and let's and with the rap songs and everything. So you know what? We're going to wrap this up, speaking of rap songs. So we thank you so much for tuning in to our first show. And we appreciate you so much. We thank you for listening. We thank you for watching. Yes. And please stay tuned. And you know what? Next time, it's time to talk.
That's right.
Take care.
In the future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at UBNradio.com.